Alright, let's talk about the Coda Motovore, one of the new melee weapons that just got released in Techrot Encore. It's like a gimmick stat stick. Let me explain what this weapon does. I think right now in the store, the valence bonus is 60% electricity, so go ahead and pick it up. Alright, so it's a unique trait, which is why they give you this dash, and right now I have extra electricity because I was playing around with this. So you're going to get 6 times physical damage from any physical damage mod, and then whatever weighs the most, you're going to get a buff. So if you slot in an impact mod, you're going to get 40% attack speed. If you slot in a puncture mod, you're going to get more range. And if you slot in a slash mod, you're going to get bonus 100% status chance. So here are some of these mods. As you could tell, when you have it equipped, it multiplies what the mod is. So Buzzkill has 720. So now if you go to Karnas is pretty good. If you want your weighting to be very good slash, right? And then because you have your rating as slash, you're gonna get that extra status chance, boost your status chance up, and you're gonna have a good time, you know. But as I am running an influence build, I won't use it. However, I will have multiple builds for this weapon based on this gimmick right here, and that way you can use different arcanes. You know, like afflictions is good because on a heavy it lifts everyone. So this is pretty nutty. And of course exposure is pretty good. There's a whole bunch of different stuff based on whatever you pick here. So let's see how it performs as an influence build. So let me slot back in electricity. Right now this is the build I have. Depending how I feel, I might just slot in Prime Fury right here. But I do like the extra attack speed. It just feels a little bit more comfortable once you get it going. And obviously you don't have to slot this. This is technically a flex slot, so you could always run your prime smite mods or whatever else you feel like running. Alright, let's spawn in some big boys and get to work. So that is, of course, influence being influence. I don't know why you would run anything else in the game besides influence at this point. It's just the best melee arcane. This test Grendel has nothing, and I'm running no companion. Let's test it out with... Let's go with impact. You're gonna get more attack. Oh, there's also this mod right here. rending strike. That gives you double bonus. But the weighting is more puncture, so you're going to get the puncture bonus, which is more range. Right? But I found that nifty. However, if you were to slot in, let's say, Carnus now you get more status. See how that works? And some hefty damage. Now, maybe you're thinking to yourself, maybe this works better on influence. Let's test it out. Yeah, so Weeping Wounds carries a lot to help with that influence, right? Now, when it's fully stacked to 12x, I'm sure it'll perform better. But not really. So yeah, this is why I call it a fake stacked stick. It's real weird on the weightings, and you'll have to play around with it. You know, that's all I gotta say. I'm not running Organ Shatter as well. I could just drop both of these, you know, put back Weeping Wounds and Organ Shatter, and then, you know, it's your basic bitch-ass influence build. But then, why would you even use this weapon? You know? You have so much better options right now in the game. So yeah, let me know. Let me do a quick test with, let's say, Saren, just so you can see the difference. And let's get a primer. Here we go. Alright. Wait, do I have Tazakor? What is this build right now? Cold Rage. Let's try this. Alright. Here we go. So yeah, liquefies them in a second with Saren. But, you know, this is unfair because Saren is one of the best weapons platform frames in the game. But so yeah, it can be quite devastating. I haven't took it long into a mission yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll perform very well. I just found the unique trait kind of funny when I started using it. This is a decent gimmick. However, they shouldn't have tied it into physical damage. Elemental damage would have been bananas. But that would probably, make this super overpowered. Alright, let me know how you guys like this weapon. So far I have, let's see, I've gotten this one, I've gotten these 2 to 40, they're pretty good. This might be the most powerful weapon in the game right now, the Path Assist. I have to test it somewhere. And primaries, I have Bass Assist leveled all the way up, and I have the Synapse that I'm currently leveling right now. But when I'm done with that, I will make another video. But yeah, so far most of these weapons are pretty good. They're not like super busted. I know a lot of people are complaining that, DE should have cooked harder, but why? I mean, the only downside to these are a lot of people are just going to be real salty, wasting 5 forma on them. But I mean, this is the engagement you guys wanted and content, so, and you're going to waste 5 forma on weapons anyway, so stop crying, go grind some more. And this game is all about grinding, and DE does it right. They don't force you to buy anything. Wonderful. Alright. See y'all on the next vid.